All right, yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew V. Hinch here, aka the Clockmaster. So I just got out of watching Mortal Engines. I forgot who directed this movie. But first things first, man. I didn't read the book at all. I know nothing about the book side of things as far as this movie is concerned, if I'm being honest with you. But I went in with an open mind. I went in with an open heart, open perspective. People clean up the the parking lot. But I went in with an open perspective, not knowing what I was going to see. And did I like the movie? So, you know, and like I said, I'm still in the movie theater parking lot, so I didn't really get a chance to piece my thoughts together, but this is just an initial reaction or review. I liked the movie. I liked it. I mean, I don't think it deserved all the hate that it's getting. Right now, currently at the time of this video, it has a 28% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I don't think that the movie deserves a 28%. Or at least the backlash and negative criticism that it's been getting from critics and so on. I don't think it was that bad. I mean, the movie did have its flaws. 100% had its flaws. And I will go over the flaws before I talk about the good. So I'll just talk about the bad part a little bit, and I'll talk about the good. Definitely for me, I think one major flaw of this movie was just the overall story connective tissue. There wasn't really any connective tissue for me within this story. It had a promising storyline, and there could have been a lot of cool things that you could have done with this movie. And I particularly was really excited because of the trailers. You know, but all you really got was just a futuristic version, and without spoilers, really, a futuristic version of what European colonization would look like. That's essentially what happened in this movie, for the whole majority of it. Details I wouldn't really go into, just in case you wanted to watch this movie on your own. But yeah, the story really lacked in a lot of areas for me, man. Another thing that was a big error for me was the character development. It was very minuscule. It wasn't as much character development going on. It was some type of development going on, but not as much to really carry the story, if I'm being honest with you. So there was just some loose ends with those. And then another negative for me would be there was just some useless characters in this movie, man. Like, they were just like one or two characters that they could have saved up some extra screen time. They could have not shown those two characters, and life would have went on, and the movie would have went on, and there would be no issue, to be honest with you, because there's two characters in this movie that I didn't think necessarily needed to be there. Their presence in the movie was just useless. They were just useless characters. They didn't really add anything to the story, is what I'm really trying to say. So, besides those things, there are things that I did love about this movie. I love the overall graphics and the world building in this movie. This movie had amazing world building. It had, while it was a big, huge, CGI, wobbly, gobbly mess going on. Sorry, forgive me for just looking around the parking lot. But while it's just a big CGI thing, I felt the graphics, and granted, I did see this movie. They just opened up Dolby Auditorium at the AMC that I'm going to right now. So I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in Dolby, and I saw this in Dolby. If you guys have not been to a Dolby theater, definitely go. It's such an amazing experience. Recliners, the screen is super, like, contrasty, amazing colors. So for me, watching it on that screen, it looked really good. The colors popped. Everything, there was some nice contrast going on. There was some nice details and some of the things. The CGI wasn't half bad, man. Like, I really actually liked the CGI, and the world building and meshing the CGI with the real life characters worked for me. So I really enjoyed that. There were some things to like about the main character, but there was also some things. If there's any star of the show, it definitely has to go to Hugo Weaving from Lord of the Rings. It definitely goes to him, even though he's the antagonist of the story. I think it goes to him, man. The main character is just like, you want to like her, but then you're just like, I don't know if I really like her or not. Because there's not really much development. That's what I'm giving the development. Another thing I really loved, which I'm going to be listening to on my whole car ride home, was the soundtrack. The soundtrack was, and that's what motivated me to come to this movie, because what I normally do is I like to look at who's the composer for the score before I go and watch a movie, because it'll either hype me up. And I saw that Junkie XL composed the entire score for this movie, and I was like, yes, okay. I love Junkie XL. I love the work he did with Hans Zimmer. I like the stuff he did on Batman versus Superman. I wish he was able to do Justice League. But I was like, good, let me go watch this. Junkie XL's involved. That's all I care about. So we go into this and we watch, and we're watching the movie. And then I'm hearing the soundtrack. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is really working out. This is really good. And then I just fell in love with all the song choices, man. The score was amazing. And I think that's one of the saving graces for me. Like, I sat down and some of the melodies were very memorable and really fit some scenes. There were some dynamic scenes in the movie that were emotional and worked. I was like, okay, I like that. It fits. It works with the music. But just connecting-wise, story, and another thing, too, this story was just unnecessarily long. Like, I felt with the length of the movie that they had, there was so much empty space for them to fit things in, useful information. There wasn't too much backstory. There wasn't too much dialogue leading up into the script. Was very small. The script was very minuscule. Again, there was not much going on with the script. It wasn't that great of a script, but it wasn't that bad of a script. It was just like, There was just some moments that you were like just lost and like, I don't know what's really going on here. What's really happening. It was a part of the movie where it got to after the second act, I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this movie, with the amount of information they're giving us, should be done now. I think this movie should be finished now. It shouldn't go on for a little bit longer. So I think the 2 hours and 15 or 20 minutes it was a little bit too long for this movie. But there were, like I said, there were some cool moments that made up for it. There was the action sequences when they had them was cool. The big chase in the beginning was amazing. The opening scene in the beginning of the movie was really high intensity, and it was nice. It was dynamic, and the score fit with that too, which also helped. But yeah, there were, like I said, the action sequences and some moments that happened, especially towards the ending of the movie, were cool. But then at the end of the movie, you're just like, okay, you just had all this. Minor spoiler here. You just had all of this, and then you're just like, okay, we're going to just go ahead and just do this now. After we just did all of that. And you're just like, huh? How does that fit? How does that make sense with anything that's going on? So you're just like, that don't make no sense, man. Like, you know, like why? You're not gonna go and follow up and after you just did all this crazy. I don't know, guys, man. But all in all, I will rate this movie. Honestly, I would rate this movie like a 5 or 6, maybe. Not even a 6. I'd probably rate it a 5.5, man, out of 10, man. Because like, it wasn't a perfect movie. 6 is a good score. Like, if I give, you know what? Maybe I'll jump like 5.5, maybe 6 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10. Mainly because the world building and other things in this movie was cool, and they could have done. So this truck is so annoying, man. It's a garbage truck. They just, the world building and other elements that could have made this. If they just add a little touch, you know, like if you're making eggs and you just gotta add a little touch of onions or little touches of, like, you know, little spices on there just to kind of finish up the thing. You know, you're cooking a steak, or you're cooking some chicken, you grill some chicken, and, you know, you just got to add a little bit more seasoning. Like, the chicken got its natural juices, and it's good, you know what I'm saying? You take the natural juices, and it sinks into the meat, and it, you know, I'm sorry, my vegetarians and vegans, if I'm offending you, but, like, you know, it sinks in, and it gets all juicy, but you just need to add a little extra seasoning to that. And then you got a really nice, delicious, you know, chicken thigh or whatever you're eating. So it's like, that's this movie. That's the best way I can describe this movie. It's good, but needs a little bit of extra seasoning to really take off, man. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my quick review. I say quick review, I don't even know how long this is, but I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I saw I'm doing this in my car. I couldn't do this when I go home because everybody's sleeping at home, and set up my camera and all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And I will see you guys in the next video. So you can watch this movie. You can watch this movie, but it's not something I would say rush out to go watch this movie. I got the Amazon, the AMC A-List stub, so I get to watch 3 movies a week. So it doesn't bother me. I didn't really lose any money watching this movie, to be honest, for the price that I'm paying for AMC A-List. So, yeah, I mean, watch the movie if you want to watch it, but it's not a rush. If you want to go see a movie this weekend, definitely go watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You'll have such a better time watching that movie. It's a perfect time length and enjoyable scenes. That's it, man. I'll see you guys in the next video. Clockmaster out.